Comparing Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob versus alternatives is crucial for optimizing data integration and processing in the cloud. Azure Synapse is a powerful analytics service that allows you to integrate and process data from various sources. Firstly, understanding Azure Synapse is essential. It is a unified analytics platform that brings together enterprise data warehousing and big data analytics. It allows you to query data on your terms and combine it with other data sources for a more comprehensive view. Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob is a common method of loading data into Azure Synapse. This involves using Azure Blob storage as the data source and then using tools like Azure Data Factory or Synapse pipelines to load the data into Azure Synapse. The benefits of this approach include high performance, scalability, and cost-effectiveness. However, there are alternatives to Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob. For instance, you can use Azure Data Factory to ingest data from other sources such as Azure Data Warehouse, Microsoft SQL Server, and even external sources like Oracle and MySQL. Another alternative is using Synapse SQL to load data from external sources into Azure Synapse. When comparing Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob versus alternatives, consider the data volume and velocity. If you have large volumes of data, Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob might be the best option due to its high performance and scalability. On the other hand, if you have smaller data volumes, using Azure Data Factory or Synapse SQL might be more suitable. Best practices for Azure Synapse Ingestion include using Azure Data Factory for data integration, leveraging Synapse pipelines for data processing, and optimizing data storage and querying. It is also essential to monitor and optimize the performance of your data integration and processing pipelines. In conclusion, comparing Azure Synapse Ingestion from Blob versus alternatives requires careful consideration of your data integration and processing needs. By understanding the benefits and limitations of each approach, you can optimize your data integration and processing in the cloud and make informed decisions about your analytics platform.